Hi, Cheryl Patterson here. In this week's column, Aspired Unplugged, I want to talk to you about how to give yourself the love you need. Self-respect, self-worth, and self-love all start from the self. Stop looking outside of yourself for your value. Liano. What would you say if I asked you what you loved about yourself? Would you feel tongue-tied and at a loss for words? Or would you be able to easily list some things? Although most of us would prefer the latter, to be on the latter end of the spectrum, it's not an easy feat for everyone. For many of us, it takes half of a lifetime to come into our own, finally shedding the insecurities and cares about what others think, and learning to accept and love ourselves for who we are. But it doesn't have to take that long. Just as we can have high regard for others, we can nurture it in ourselves, once we determine what that means for us. Self-love is often confused with things like self-esteem, worth, respect, acceptance, image, probably because it has, an importance in all areas. They're all important. They're all important elements of loving ourselves. They all contribute to positive emotional regard and contentment within ourselves. For instance, when we love ourselves, we make sure we are treated respectfully and are valued by ourselves and by others. We set boundaries in support of our esteem and worth, and accept our not so great parts and positive self-image. However, no two people are alike. We each have our own areas that we struggle with. For one person, loving themselves might mean less pressure for perfection and greater acceptance. And for another person, it may mean being more selective about the kind of people they have relationships with, and so on. So the following are tips to help you nurture the area or areas impacting you to help you on your path to greater self-love. First, self-esteem. Identify strengths, your strengths, things you're good at, and use them more often and in creative ways. Focus on your accomplishments. High self-esteem comes from being proud of one's achievements, no matter the size, not from self-criticism. Acknowledging your achievements helps you realize that you can accomplish things, which inspires you to do more and increases your confidence and success. Second, self-doubt. If you hear a voice within say you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. Vincent van Gogh. Dispute negative thoughts. Instead of being hard on yourself when something doesn't work out, remember there are a variety of factors that cause a situation to fail, including time, energy, other people, and external circumstances. Also, persevere in spite of shortcomings. Think of challenges you've risen above in the past and have been successful at, and have faith in yourself that you can do it again. Next is self-worth. If you are in a situation that you suspect isn't supporting positive feelings about yourself, take a moment to check your self-worth. What is it on a scale from 1 to 10? 10 being the highest. You can ask yourself, do I feel good about myself in this situation or not? You'll get your answer instantly. All you have to do is trust and listen to it, and strive for more supportive situations. Also, fake it till you make it. Sometimes it can be hard to get out of our own head and our thinking patterns. It can be hard to change our thinking patterns. The good news is that research supports the theory that we can behave our way through it. According to a happiness expert, expert and researcher, Dr. Sonia Libmorsky, the University of California, behaviors associated with particular emotions intensifies that emotion. So get in the practice of creating changes that support your greater self-worth. Next is self-acceptance. Challenge what you find difficult to accept about yourself by putting yourself in situations that support them. Also, change self-criticism to self-compassion with kindness and appreciation for your efforts. Self-acceptance is like self-love. It's unconditional, just like love. And it's tied to how you look at yourself, not to the things that you do. Next is self-image. How do you see yourself, positively or negatively? If your descriptions about yourself highlight characteristics you like, you have a positive self-image. However, if you're focused on your flaws and describe yourself more critically than kind, it's time to start viewing yourself in more positive ways. Create a kinder self-description. Just like when you say kind things to others, it helps them to feel good about themselves. The same applies for us. Next is self-respect. A person that respects themselves has standards regarding how they want to be treated. Some people might say the way they practice self-respect is by not allowing others to walk all over them or take advantage of them. Assertiveness is key here. It's important. It can be practiced in small ways, such as setting realistic limits as to what you can give of yourself to others and to your daily endeavors. One of the strongest ways to send a message to anyone about how you're going to be treated, how you want to be treated, is to treat yourself well, to value yourself enough to make positive efforts on your own behalf daily. The kind of choices you make also indicate how much you respect yourself as well. Basically, caring about your needs sends the message that you are important. Next is nurturing relationships. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is, it also has an impact on all of the areas above, is to surround yourself with positive, kind, and supportive people that will value you for the special person that you are. Self-love is more than just saying you love yourself. It's about self-care, taking a glimpse at some of those needs that you may have neglected or that have been dormant for a while. Quote, "Your task is not to seek love, but to merely to seek and find all of the barriers within yourself that you have built against it." Rumi is the name of the person who indicated this quote, 13th century Sufi poet. As usual, if you have any questions or comments or want to contact me otherwise, you can message me here or you can contact me on my website, cherylpatterson.ca. I would love to hear from you.